Hey guys, how's it going? It's DG Plays here, back with another episode of Dark Cloud with default weapons only. The challenge in Dark Cloud or Dark Chronicle 1, where we only use default weapons to clear the entire game. We're quite far into the game. This is probably, I think this is Dungeon 5 out of 6. I don't know if there's a post game, I honestly can't remember. But I think after this there's one more dungeon and the final boss, obviously. So we're on the moon. We are making our way through the Moon Sea to go someplace else. And the things we gather are things that we'll build in a factory. So hopefully, after we build some stuff, we will be... Oh, I don't have repair powders anymore. After we build some stuff in there, we'll get some nice gadgets to help us progress the story. But for now, we're still a finger. For now, we're still progressing through the game, through the dungeon, until we get stopped. Usually there's a kind of midway point in all of the dungeons, where if you reach that point in the dungeon, you have to go back and build, because building will give you items that will allow you to progress through the dungeon further. There's usually like a wall, where you either need a character, or you either need an item obtained from building the town out. If you're new to this series, I highly doubt it. But if you're new to the series, I would recommend watching the first 3 episodes, which explains the premise of the game. But in short, this is basically a dungeon crawler where you go through the dungeon and you pick up these orbs called Atla. You can only pick up Atla with Tone, which is why I'm switching to the main character of the game. This is Tone. And you can see that I got Spine of a Shell there. Now, all of the things I gather out of these orbs, called Atla, are things that used to be in a place but got blitzed away by a dark genie. Evil dark genie is the big bad evil of the game. And we are collecting it because a fairy king stored it all away safely in these orbs. And we are finding all the orbs, collecting it, and once we collected it, we can go into this kind of SimCity building type deal in the village or the town that we're trying to restore. And with everything that we found, we can then rebuild the city. In this case, we're rebuilding a factory. And obviously, we rebuilt items, but we also put villagers back, people, researchers, whatever it is. And they want their house to be back to normal, so they have some requests to where their house is placed, what is on their house, whether there's, their house may have had a chimney before, all of that kind of good stuff. And we will help them out with all of those requests. And Vulcan, I'm assuming this is an fire monster. So we help them out with those requests in a sort of SimCity style way. And oh god, look at my weapon HP. And once we rebuild, we get rewards, and with those rewards we head back to the dungeon. And now we usually progress in the dungeon. This is just breaking my weapon, this guy. Yeah, I can't use it anymore. That is the mechanic weapon HP, so every weapon has HP. The more you use it, the more your HP goes down on the weapon. The more you use it, also the more experience you get, so there is a bit of a benefit to it. You can repair your weapon with weapon repair powders, which I have run out of, and stupidly started the next floor. So we will kind of have to manage that. This is Xiao. She used to be a cat, but we transformed her into a human with a potion that we got from a time traveler. Don't ask questions, it's just how it is. Pretty sure we'll see the time traveler back in the near future. But yeah, she is a cat we found in the first dungeon. This is Ruby. She was... we found her in a lamp. And we rubbed the lamp and freed the genie. So she's a good genie that we freed from a lamp that was owned by a kind of mob boss in one of the towns we rebuilt. And this is Tone, the main character. He has very much main character energy. Doesn't talk much, and everyone thinks there's something special about this guy, so... very much main character stereotype right there. As you see, I'm switching between my characters a little bit for different monsters. That is because of the weapons and partially the challenge. So I'm not gonna go down to 1, that would be silly. So every character has their own weapons. As you can see, they all have like slightly different types of weapons that I can use. And I'm using everyone's default weapons, which are the weakest versions of their weapons. You can find other weapons. You can also level up your weapon, and once your weapon is high enough level, you can upgrade it to another weapon, for example. Now, what is interesting about these games is that when you level up a weapon, you basically get points, or you get 2 slots where you can slot in gems, and those gems will give the weapon an increase to a specific type. So, for example, there is a beast gem. If I put a beast gem into my weapon, that means my weapon will be stronger against beasts. And then next time I upgrade it with that gem slotted, that gem will permanently be absorbed in that weapon. So what I've done with all my characters, because this is the default weapon, is only I cannot make multiple weapons for the same character that are good at different things. Each of my characters has their base weapon basically bred or upgraded into a specific specialty. So Ruby here, for example, she shoots fireballs. That's because she's very much trained into fire on her weapon. And she's really good against rock monsters and mimics. So you'll see that if I see a mimic or anything that I think is weak to fire, I will switch to her. In this example, this Moondigger's a rock monster. She's very well trained in rock monsters. So look at the damage she deals is very good, given that I'm basically using the weakest weapon I have for her. But it is doing decent damage because I have trained it so well against that specific monster. And because of that, I keep switching, because otherwise, you know, my main character would do 10 damage to some monsters, and it would take me ages to beat them in this far into the game. That's Dark Cloud in a nutshell. Dungeon crawling, upgrading weapons, and aside from that, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. First one's maybe a bit more repetitive than the second one because of just the nature of it being an old game, and it was the first of its kind. But I really enjoy the aspect of it being a mix between dungeon crawling with a little bit of SimCity building. And that has a lot more going on in the second game for sure. The second game's built on more of a premise of time travel. So you would rebuild something in the past and then time travel to the future. And then obviously you would basically recruit someone to become a blacksmith in your town. So you would have like actual people recruiting. You would build them a blacksmith. And then you would go 100 years into the future. And then that blacksmith has passed on knowledge over multiple generations in his family, and you'll talk to his grandson, who is a master blacksmith with a bunch more advanced technology, who will owe you a favor because you helped their grandfather in the past. That's a funny looking weapon, I'll have to say. So the second one has things like you actually going out in the world, recruiting people. You'll do like little recruitment missions to actually get them on board of your mission. And then you can place them in towns, and then they will grow their business into the future. And then when you time travel to the future, you can actually go and talk to those people and usually get something back. So there's a very cool time travel aspect in the second one. Again, they just expanded on the actual town building aspect of the game. But I'll leave the dungeon because I need to stock up. And I might regret it, because I might come back and it might be the floor that I'm blocked on, but I'm not going to build until I know that I'm blocked. Otherwise, I'm going to build now, not be able to build everything, then do a dungeon floor, then have to come back. But what I will do is... Oh, there's already some chests here, and I haven't even built anything. Okay. Grass Cake is something to up the defense of Goro, which is one of the characters that I'm not using much. He's my Holy Crusader. He's built to deal with undeads. There's not many undeads on the moon, surprisingly. But let's go to the shop. Oh. And get some stuff sold first of all. I don't need this much soap. I don't need bombs because I'm only allowed to do damage with my default weapons. So I don't need any of these items that damage enemies when I throw it at them. I also don't need duplicates of these scrolls for now. Maybe I'll have a bit too many Dran's feathers. And I'm also not fishing because not been enjoying fishing in this game. What I do need is repair powder so I can repair all my weapons. That should be enough. Good. Let me use the grass cake on Goro as well, and we'll immediately just head back to the dungeon. Let's not waste any more time. Sorry, Edsim, if you ever watch these videos, I am not trying to rip you off. I just like your intros very much. I quickly repair because what I don't want happening is me switching into a weapon and it automatically breaking because I hit once with it. Why is it important to not let your weapons break? Very simple. If your weapon breaks, it loses every single bit of upgrade you've put into that weapon. So I have a weapon on Shao that is plus 20, but actually before that plus 20 I've already upgraded and broke it down a couple of times. It's more like a plus 40, plus 50, I don't know how much it is by now. So if I would break that weapon down, it would go back to the weapon as if it was literally just, I just got it. Which at this point in the game would be terrible. Oh, cutscene? Oh, nice teleport tone. Huh? What a tune. Huh? What's happened? Oh, that's right. During the test flight, the body fell apart. Darn. I wonder what went wrong. In theory, it was supposed to be perfect. And I thought I saw a part turn into a weird ball. Maybe it's just my imagination. Oh. His flight suit or airplane got atla'd away. Oh, and who are you? Well, anyways, let's go back. This is very clanky from Ratchet & Clank. But I don't know which came first, honestly. I would have to look it up. I love the horrible sound effect for it. This is literally a Foley guy that just had no clue. I had no clue like how he would have to make it sound. They probably didn't give him any directions or anything. Seems like they're from Blue Terra. So why are they here? This is like using they pronouns for singular person before it was made cool. Dark Genie? Oh, that! I saw it with a big telescope. He's not that strong. The Blue Terra folks need help if such a weak enemy is giving them that much trouble. Well, end of the mission, guys. We'll just hand it over. What? Seal it? You must be kidding. Sealing? No one does that anymore. Yikes. Most likely, no one in Yellow Drop knows or remembers how to seal. Sealing's when you trap something in an urn or something, right? That is impossible. Wait up. I haven't said no yet. I just said the sealing technique was difficult. No, you said it was impossible. There's a better way than sealing. Just fight him to beat him. Don't worry, I will take care of it. Count on me. Here's the plan. I'm in the process of making a so-called sun giant. Oh damn. We're gonna go Transformer on that genie. It is the state-of-the-art Yellow Drop technology. Simply put, it's like a supersized golem. With the Sun Giant's power, it'll easily take out the Dark Genie. But then this very Sun Giant went crazy and shattered itself during its test run. The magical gem we have now is not strong enough to power the Sun Giant. We need a Sun Sphere to properly complete the Sun Giant. And the Sun Sphere is one of the most powerful magical gems. With its power, we can get the Sun Giant running at 100%. It has been put up as a prize for the competition at the Colosseum. All you have to do is win the match for us to get our hands on it. I'm making it sound simple, but it's going to be tough to win that match. So that means we have to join forces and fight together. Osmond. I mean, usually I don't change their names, but I'm gonna call him Ozzy. Oh, whoops, I did. Ozzy. All aboard! Ozzy is now an ally. Awesome. Hey, chests. Root of Eden, increasing my max HP yet again. I'm gonna have a quick look if the next floor is actually a blocker, or if we can get past it without building. But there is a good chance that we will have to go build, so maybe this turns out to be a building episode. Boink. Seems like... Oh. Can I go by? Oh, even Shao can jump this distance. Can he jump? Wait, he can fly over? Okay. Oh god, he has a gun. Oh god. So it seems we can continue until we hit the next wall. So no building yet. I'm sorry for you build enjoyers. This is such a funny character. Oh, I get thirsty quicker. Let's speed it up then. What is his weapon good at? Let's have a look. Oh, he's got 3 upgrade points. His weapon's good at nothing. Okay. I mean, what do I want to make it good at? What do I not have? I mean, he could be my dragon killer, I guess. I don't have anything. I'll just put 2 attacks in here for now. I don't know what element I'm going to put on him. Don't even know if I'm going to use him much. Let's test him out on some mob. I mean, as much as I find it funny, I'll stick to what I know, I think, for now. Maybe I'll find a reason to use him. Maybe I'll put some ice in him and he can deal with the annoying flesh wall there in the back. I do love the fact that he has a machine gun, though. That is definitely a very funny weapon. Oh, God. She's not gonna do much damage because of the fire, is she? Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't even have effect. I mean, he does a lot of damage. He just breaks his weapon on it. I mean, I do have a lot of weapon repairs, so I probably don't have to worry too much about breaking my weapon on these guys. Yeah, let's keep him for it. Let's keep using him for it. He needs to upgrade his weapon anyway. 1 enemy at a time, repairing every weapon hit. We can do the back floor, sure. We've got plenty of time. Plenty of time, plenty of repair powders. Let's see what kind of floor we have. We have Moon Diggers, I like. Character selection wheel's getting a bit much though. I'm kind of glad they switched to only 2 characters in the next game. In the second one in the series. Dude, this guy's just... Oh, ow. He just runs at me, he doesn't even hit me, he just runs at me and I take damage. I don't see that as very fair, I must say. Oh well. I know you. Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done the back floor. Although I have a fountain over there, so I can literally just go glug 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 glug. But yeah, this is a special floor where my water drains faster. And if my water is empty, it just starts draining my HP slowly. So it is quite important to keep on top of that. But also, I have a fountain on this floor, so I can infinitely refill my water if I want to over there. And I've got some water in my bags, plus the drain. The HP drain's not too bad. Oh, the Mimi. That's a good buck. A good buckaroo for that fishing bait. This one's also going to give me a level on my weapon, which is awesome. So we'll combine that with a repair here. Repair. And upgrade. Wait, did I have stuff in it? Yeah, I do. Bada 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 ba. Level 16. Do I have anything for her to put in the weapon? Not really. Oh, I've got some fire, I guess. Yeah, close to maxing fire. I think I might just put some... Maybe some Sky Hunter in her weapon, because even though I usually use Shao for it, I don't think there's a full-on need to just only use Shao for the Sky dudes. And she's got enough fish stuff to put in her weapon anyway. Hello, give me some gems. I haven't had a gem in a while from a back room, so I would love to obtain another gem. You can see that my water's already drained again, but I could just head over to the fountain and get myself some more water. Glug glug glug. Yummy! This is gonna be a lot of damage. So I picked up that little thing on the floor, which usually either rearranges the stats on your weapon. But not with the default weapons. With the default weapons, it just gives you stamina. And stamina basically, I don't know if it doubles your attack, but it just gives you a bunch of extra damage. And it makes you a lot tankier, gives you a bunch of extra defense. So it's always nice, but it's temporary. As you can see, it's dropped off. But it does help with doing a bunch of extra damage to some of these enemies. Especially here on the back floors where they have a lot more HP and defense. Ooh, Metal Breaker, perfect. Good, well, I think what I'm gonna do, since the fountain is next to the exit of the back rooms, I'm just gonna do a quick character rotation to fill up everyone's water. There we go. Drink up me hearties, yo-ho. Just so they're all full HP and full water for the rest of the floor. And then we'll head back to her. Jump off. Back to the main floor. Finish off the floor. And then we can end the episode there. But no worries, not yet. We still have some floor to go. Oh god, I don't like these guys. Oh, come on. Do one more hit without breaking my weapon. Yeah, this weapon will need a ton more endurance to properly deal with these guys. But hey, they're weak to ice, so... Could probably also just... I could switch Ruby's weapon to ice, but then I'll just literally use Ruby for everything. And maybe that's the play, to be honest. Maybe I should just use Ruby for everything. But this guy needs to upgrade his weapon a bit, so... Okay, so he flies over. I need to kind of identify these. I think if there's nothing on the floor, it has to be this guy. Yeah, okay. Problem with these late characters is just their base weapon just... His base weapon is just terrible. Because in the shop there's guns you can buy for him that's probably 10 times better. But obviously, I'm locking myself to base weapons, so his weapon... not just his weapon, Umgaga's weapon as well. The big stick guy. They're just terrible right now because they're not upgraded. It's a bit annoying to upgrade them. Unless I really have to, I will. I can upgrade them, but there's no real incentive unless I really have to. I could always go back to previous dungeons, or I could switch grind like you switch train Pokemon. I could almost beat the enemy with one character and then switch to the other, do the final hit. That does work wonders for levels. But it's a bit tedious, so I'd rather not unless I really have to. So we'll figure it out when we have that bridge to cross, we will cross that bridge. But for now, we're all good. We'll use these guys for their utility. And aside from that, we will just play the game as we want to. And every now and then we'll have mobs like this where we will use their expertise for sure. Even though it is costing me a million weapon HP. Does this weapon actually have gems in it? Also, I know I have gems in other weapons. Oh, his weapon can go to really high base attack. It's already 40. I also have gems still in other weapons because I had to store it because my bag was full. So I used some other weapons to store gems in for a little bit. So I need to make sure to remember to take those out whenever I have room in my inventory again. Come on. If I can get this weapon to upgrade, I can put 2 ice on his weapon, and that will increase the damage. I can put 2 of the big ice gems on his weapon. That will increase his damage tremendously against these guys. Because that will give me 20 ice damage, which will give him a lot of damage against these guys. Should be really good. Okay. Yeah, one more enemy before he can probably upgrade. Let's hey this little fish out of existence. It was so funny that they just stand there and do nothing while they're being tunneled down by a little cat. A little cat. Hearts. I'm so glad I'm replaying this game, and this YouTube channel is actually giving me an excuse to replay this game because every time I replay these old games and I was just playing them, I kind of just played them for a little bit and then stopped playing them. But this YouTube channel is really giving me an incentive to just play the entire game, and I do genuinely really enjoy it. I've been having a lot of fun replaying this and talking to you guys while doing so. It gives it an extra level of enjoyment for me, to be honest. I feel like I interact with the games more than I would in the past. I'm actually gonna check if his weapon's not upgradable. It is. Okay, awesome. So we'll do that. Upgrade this weapon. So that's +4 attack permanently there into the weapon. And now we have these gems, which give less than ice and, I mean, dragon and mage damage, but I mainly do it for the ice. Look at that, it's +20 ice damage. Let's see how much... first of all, what I want to see is if I have any gems in here that I want to put back. In here? No. Oh, this is a weapon for him. Okay. So now, let's see how much more damage we do. Is that like 10 more? Or am I coping here? I feel like I'm not doing that much more damage. Maybe they're not weak to ice, which would be very surprising because they're literally called Vulcan. Oh well. Moon Digger! That's a ruby task. Dodge their dirty little ball they've shot out. And that's my whatever I need to exit. So the gunpowder achieved, I can now exit. Obviously we're still going to clear the floor because experience and the 3 Atla that we need to build. If we skip Atla on the floor, we'll have to come back for them after a while anyway, when we start building. So always want to complete the floors when we can. Hey, this guy down. I always find it funny that just her damage just increases even though the guy's standing completely still. Not moving at all. Still her like damage is increasing. Hello! Boink. Bonk him, Ungaga, bonk him. Oh, it's annoying when he moves away. How many repair powders did I buy? Was it 20? I think it was 20. I bought a lot of them. Prickly. Good. Oh, Kingdom. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was actually going to have a normal chest. I took my hand off my controller for a second there. Oh, how did that happen? I think I just slid forward just a little bit too much. Let's just use an item to heal her. Actually, let's use a banana, because bananas heal but drain thirst, but she obviously had no thirst left, so... Oh, and there's a fountain here. I should not have done any of that. Let's first open all the chests and do all of that kind of stuff. And then we'll do another fountain rotation before we head to the exit. Just so everyone's juiced up for the next floor. I'm gonna have a lot of building to do when I get back. Boom. Let's go. Little juice round. Glug glug glug. Glug glug glug. Glug glug glug. Glug glug glug. And glug glug. Perfect. Let us very quickly open his orb. Perfection. And now we can shoot ourselves to the next floor. Actually, let's do the outro here. Thank you very much for watching. In the next episode, we'll head to floor 10, as per usual, next floor. And we'll see where this dungeon brings us. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing down below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.